in the last class we started our discussion on two-ray ground reflection model. Okay, but we have not finished that. Today I would like to finish two-ray ground reflection model. See, our ultimate purpose in this lecture is that we should be able to understand how the propagation on terrestrial environment is different from the propagation in free space. This is what is the ultimate purpose. Okay, so for this we would like to derive an expression that will reflect the various parameters that is going to indicate the received amount of power in case of terrestrial propagation. Okay, see, last time we have drawn the diagram here in this corner, and you have nicely drawn this diagram on your notebook. Many of you have seen, but again I am going to draw the same diagram. It is not simply wastage of time, but it is going to put very clearly in your mind what are the various components we are going to consider and how to really go about finding the final expression. Okay, see, you understand from the last discussion, let us say this is the ground. Ground ray reflection model simply considers presence of ground. Okay, see, let us say this is the transmitter and let us say this is the receiver. Okay, we understand one direct component is going to come to the receiver. Okay, and ground is going to reflect this, and signal is coming on the ground and it is going to get reflected and coming back to the point of the receiver. Okay, see, we understand this distance is basically known as the direct distance. Okay, when you consider this whole one, this plus this is going to be indicated as the reflected distance. Height of the transmitter is, let us say, HT, and height of the receiver is HR. You all know all these components. Okay. See, we need to understand whenever you want to transmit something, E field is going to be transmitted through this line, and we are going to indicate this E field as, let us say, ED. E field going to be received at this point from the direct path. Okay. See, correspondingly you understand this is the E field incident on this particular point on the line, and this is the E field that is going to be reflected and coming back to this. Okay, you understand, in order to compute the whole distances like DD and DR, all these, we have drawn a diagram extending this towards this. Okay, and receiver we have also extended the replica of this, the image, the reverse image of this, and we have extended this part, something like this, and this part, something like that. And we have shown that the distance between the transmitter and receiver is basically D. Okay, and when you want to really compute the original distance DD and this particular distance, then in order to compute this dr, you need to consider from this point to this point. Okay, and in order to do this, what you have done is you have drawn a line here and you have indicated this particular point as ht minus hr and this point as ht plus hr. See, all these we are aware. And after this, what we have calculated is, we have calculated ET here. And we know that ET is basically ED plus ER. This is what we have calculated. Okay. And what is the value of this? And even we have taken the amplitude of this particular value here, and we have indicated this by this figure. ET, that is the total E field at the particular distance D, we have indicated here, and this value. Okay, and what we have indicated is this is like 2 E0 D0 by D and sine 2 pi HT HR by lambda D. If you remember, or if you have seen this. So we came actually up to this point in the last class.